Phosphor Dot fans, roll at thelogbook.com. We're back on the Atari 8-bit home computers. I hereby knight you Sir Pac-Man. This is I suppose now we would call it a fan game, but this was one of those games that just circulated as shareware, or maybe it was sold in floppy disks on plastic bags, passed around on dial-up bulletin board systems. This was the scene, because your amateur programmers could react a hell of a lot faster than big companies who actually had the rights to do something. So obviously Atari had the rights to do Pac-Man, but a lot of people beat them to it because they weren't worried about the legal wrangling, and also the legal wrangling wasn't quite as much of a thing yet. And that's how you wind up with, I'm going to guess this came out in 1981, maybe 1980, Sir Pac-Man by Martin Day. Well, because someone preserved this game, every day can be a Martin Day. No one's in the top 6 because no one has played this. Let's give it a shot. Well, the start button is not starting. Press button to... the joystick button. Yep. There we go. I'm gonna say, if this is an amateur effort, not bad, especially on the sound. Wow. Not exactly like Pac-Man, not a perfect port, but it seems like old Martin Day was doing his own thing here. Kind of interesting that everyone stays blue until the power pill wears off. Oh! So there's some interesting differences. Ooh, you barely get warning that they're going to change back. Oh, and the prizes keep showing up in the middle. Interesting. It's almost like, I have no idea who Martin Day was, so I don't want to make any assumptions. Almost seems like this was someone who saw the game being played in the arcade, remembered as much as they could about it, and went home to do their own version. Nice. And so, the exact layout of the maze, they could have copied that from, there were plenty of magazine articles that showed the game's screen, but some of the behavior of the ghosts and so on, obviously doing that from memory. Oh, I just got an extra Sir Pac-Man. Yikes. Okay, well now I have only the top half of the maze to concentrate on. Let's mow the lawn here and get this out of the way. Oh no, my friends. You will all get in my belly. All of you. Every last one of you. Should have gone and gotten the prize. I hesitate to call it a fruit. Okay, no intermission. Interesting. So obviously we weren't trying to replicate too much of the arcade experience. Just enough. Set. Yow, dude. Speedy little fellas. I'm actually doing better than I am usually doing on the third screen of the arcade game. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's just clear the screen and survive. Visually, this actually looks a bit more like Munchman on the TI-99 4A. Or Muncher on the Ballet Professional Arcade. Looks a lot like those. Game over. Not bad. So, I feel like, oh wow. I'm trying to put my name in. Or is it a, joystick. Okay. Interesting. It's like they weren't assuming a working keyboard, or they just didn't want to mess with having to write that code. Wonder how much of my name it will let me input. This, of course, being my name. Why not? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So there we have it, Martin Day's Sir Pac-Man. Although there it just says Pac-Man. Nicely done, Martin Day. Whoever you are, whoever you may have been. You know, this was one of those games where fans of an arcade game who had the coding chops would beat the major licensees to it by about a year. And maybe, it was for bragging rights. Maybe they made a buck or two. It's, you know, you've gotta make that hay while the sun shines if you have the programming skills.